back to the restaurant for a moment. What do you think it is about Texas Roadhouse that's made it become so consistent? I guess is probably the word I would use in its performance.
You know, it starts with Kent, and in our whole company, we have a very long-term view of the world. So we don't jump from fad to fad. You know, we have a long-term belief, a very strong belief in that if you staff your restaurants with a lot of people to give great service, and you make great food, make all of our food from scratch, haven't changed any of that, never cheapened anything. So when you've had inflation in the business, whether it's beef costs have gone way up or minimum wage goes up or just wage rates, whatever, we still staff our restaurants the same. And we staff them the same in California where the minimum wage is $11 an hour, just like we do in Kentucky where it's less. You staff them the same. Beef inflation goes up, we still sell the same steaks, we still cut them in-house, you know, and we still have very aggressive pricing. We're not so worried about making the most amount of money we can in the shortest period of time. We're like, look, if we do the right things in the long term for our guests and for our employees, we'll probably make a little bit more money. You know, and that's kind of what's happened. And so over time, you know, and that belief and that patience in our business, getting back to the patience word, has really enabled us to be consistent. We don't change our menu a lot, Texas Roadhouse, so by not changing the menu a lot, the people that make your food get really good at it. And we're staffing our restaurants with more people than we ever have before, just to give you, the guest, a great experience and show that we very much value you and don't take you for granted. We never take the next day's sales for granted at Texas Roadhouse. So we're pretty paranoid, actually, about losing our guests to someone else if we're not careful in how we run the business. So some would say, sometimes when we talk to investors, they'll tell us, hey, your story's a little bit boring. You know, and we'll say we kind of like that. We don't change a whole lot. We don't have a new menu, these kind of things, but we try to be really consistent, really good at what we do, have some fun along the way, have a great atmosphere to eat at. I mean, we've got country music playing, you know, line dancing, and we like to have a good time, and that's all part of the, everybody's welcome, you know, and so that's what we're driving in our business, and do it in a very consistent and with very little change along the way.